Losing money through your inventory practices, your inventory processes, how you manage your inventory, how much inventory you take. That's what we're diving into in this video. Inventory is one of those major ways that money leaks from your business. It's alarming, and the the more inventory you carry, the more volume of inventory you're handling as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, you're gonna find that you're more at a risk to being, a victim of these. These areas of mismanaging inventory and how you lose money from inventory. So in this video we are talking about ways in which you can manage your inventory more effectively so you're not losing as much money as you are losing now. Because and who wants to be losing monies in their business, right? Nobody wants to be losing monies in their business. So when it comes to inventory management, I just want you to remember that inventory is a key area in your business, and especially for those business owners who you are finding that you have to, you have a high inventory turnover, you're constantly buying, selling. There are loopholes which can take place in the whole inventory process. So I do want to just encourage you, as business owners, entrepreneurs, as CEOs, take note of these three areas as you are managing inventory in your business on a day-to-day basis, on a monthly basis, and so much more. So the first thing I do want you to think about when it comes to inventory, why do you need to have inventory in your business? You need it for various reasons. It could be that you are reselling inventory. Some persons resell, some persons are using inventory to for use in the jobs, the projects that you're doing as well. Inventory, of course, is just referring to those materials, those supplies, those items that you are purchasing in your business to resell or to use to do your job. So inventory is not a piece of fixed asset and equipment that you're going to be using in your business for long term. That's not inventory. So let's make that demarcation, because a lot of times items in your business are being classified incorrectly. And when they're classified incorrectly, it impacts your profits, it impacts the taxes that you pay. So it does start with ensuring that the items in your business are being classified correctly. Whenever you're purchasing an item, be clear, is it inventory? Is it a capital asset? What is it really? And this is going to be one of the first steps to help with inventory management. You are classifying inventory correctly in your business. You do want to ensure that's happening, and it's going to start from the point of your bookkeeper or whoever is recording your transactions in your business. Make sure that they are clear in what is make sure they understand the dynamics of your business, because what is inventory in one business is not going to be inventory in another business. Again, it depends on the purpose of your business, what you are using these items for. So I do encourage you, I do, just encourage you, as business owners, entrepreneurs, as CEOs, make sure that your inventory is being classified, categorized properly. That's the first, that's setting the foundation here with inventory management, making sure it is understood what is inventory, what is not inventory. My hair here. And that it is being classified correctly. That is very, very, very important. We can't stress that enough. The other thing I want you to remember as well, when it comes to inventory management and handling inventory, you need to have a system that is going to be effective. So for example, you need to have a system that if you have 10 pieces of pipe or 10 pieces of some type of material, you have 10 pieces. So you need to have a system to manage the counting of inventory, manage the when you're receiving inventory, when you're selling inventory, you need to have a system that does that. There are lots of systems out there. Some persons use Excel, some persons, depending on the value of their inventory, they use their mind. Some persons are counting inventory on a monthly basis. And again, it's gonna be dependent on your business, your system, what works, what doesn't work. So I do encourage you that you think about what works. You might need to reach out to get help, because inventory is, a lot of persons I see get overwhelmed about managing inventory, and some persons just don't even bother. However, if you don't know what you have, then you're at the risk of theft, a fraud, all these areas. So it is again important that you do have a system that does work, that does make sense in your business, that helps you as that business owner, as that entrepreneur, as that CEO, that contractor. It's going to help you, you know, in the whole construction space. You are clear about managing inventory and what is required of it. Again, there are systems that manage inventory, the sale, the purchases. You have your inventory account, you can adjust it as needed, and it depends on your business, and that's okay, getting into that realm. Usually I do suggest connecting with an expert to help you to understand the best way, the best options, so you are not, even more overwhelmed and more confused. There are not more errors as well at the end of the month, at the end of the year, because it does impact your profits, it does impact your taxes, it does impact your cash flow, right? And that is why we need to keep our eyes on inventory and the whole management of inventory when it comes to business, when it comes to your operations as well. It is so, so, so important. And I do want to talk about a little bit there. There was an instance where there was a business owner, and they had a lot of inventory on hand, and it was just overwhelming. They were like, it's too much to follow up with, I'll just wing it, it's really overwhelming. And they took the stand where they were like, I'm not going to even count my inventory, I'm not going to even be bothered with it, whatever happens. And what was happening was that they had where a team member was stealing, and little by little they were stealing, and it didn't seem like a lot initially. It wasn't easily missed. However, at the end of the year, it did accumulate. It's like, oh, what really happened here? And these are the things that when things go undetected, or a little, think of a little leak. Yes, that's a good example. I was trying to pull an analogy. A little leak. It might start out as a little leak. It's not a biggie, or it's just a little leak. However, left unattended, it grows and grows and grows and grows, and it gets bigger until it's a big issue, right? And that is the thing. I'm always encouraging business owners, entrepreneurs, CEOs that sometimes it's a little problem, it's not a big deal. However, as time goes, as things get more and more and more, intense, as you find that it is indeed a big problem. So what is like, oh, it's not a big deal, I don't need to be concerned about, eventually you are forced to pay attention, right? And I'll even talk about some when it comes to our health. And there were times when I wasn't very cognizant of healthy practices. I was just doing this here, doing this there. And what I realized, that everything I take into my body will impact my body, impact my brain. It does. And it might be, oh, not a big deal, just have this thing today, or, one of, but if I keep doing it, then I see the impact on my body. And it's the same way, the practices in your business. You might be like, okay, I'm not gonna be too concerned, I don't need to be too worried about this little oversight, not paying attention to this area in my business. However, it does add up, it does catch up. It's just like, um, you know these things will impact how your business operates, and you don't want to be doing that. You want to be doing things that will definitely impact your business the best way. So that is number one. Let's just recap. right? Let's recap. Number one, we need to be clear about what is inventory and what is not inventory. Number two, we need to be ensure that you are managing your inventory properly. What does that mean? That means you need to be managing the flow of inventory in your business. Inventory coming out, inventory leaving. You know how you are doing your monthly inventory counts, how you're tracking inventory. You want to make sure you're doing that. Another key thing, and this is not something that might be easy for you to calculate as a business owner, but it's definitely something I do with my clients, checking the inventory turnover. How fast is inventory being replaced? Because what is happening there is that if you're having several items being sold, and then you find that one type of item is not being sold fast enough, that's a trigger. That's a red flag there. Why is that not happening? It could be that you need to revisit your line of products, your line of services that are using that product. So knowing inventory turnover helps you to see, okay, this product is not being demanded fast enough, so I might need to revisit the volume I sell, my sales strategy. So many errors just from inventory, yes. So that is something you want to look at, your inventory turnover ratio. You also want to look at how, in terms of your collections, when it comes to, you know inventory, the ones that you sell, how quickly are you being, paid, right? That's another area when it comes to inventory management as well. There are lots of different ways to manage recording of your inventory. It all depends. There are a lot of ways. What a lot of persons there, you can do first in, for leave the first item that comes in, they leave first most, in terms of the, depending on your industry, a lot of persons use that, or the last thing out in is the first thing that you leave, depending on the type of product that you are selling, the services that are using the product as well. The other thing, a lot of business owners, we've had to pivot, especially with, unseen for unforeseen circumstances with COVID. You want to think about exploring just-in-time ordering. What does that mean? That means that you try to have your inventory balances as low as possible. And there's a way to do it, because you don't want to be, I have this job, I'm going to have to wait on the supplier. Just in time, you know, ordering has to be feasible for your business. It's going to be dependent on where you're buying your goods and your supplies from. You have to think about the services that your suppliers offer, the ease of access to these items, the price difference when you order, one off versus in bulk. A lot of things to be considered to determine if the just in time ordering is a strategy that is worth exploring for your business. You do want to look at that and be clear about that. So, that is another strategy, just in time ordering. What that means, basically, you're not ordering in bulk and having it just sit there. You're ordering just when you need it. And this is useful. Mm-hmm. Especially when you have cash flow issues, or you want to think of ways to plug certain money leaks in your business, or you want to, you're concerned about wastage, you're concerned about theft, fraud in your business. This is something else that you can definitely consider as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, and especially as your team grows, you want to think about that. Your team is growing, you have more hands handling certain areas in your business. You want to ensure you have a strategy to minimize your business being a victim of fraud. We can never eliminate fraud, but we can minimize fraud happening in our business. We can minimize, you know, theft and all that happening in our business. So it's inventory management. It can be a really overwhelming area for a lot of business owners. Sometimes it's not easy to find a software or a system that meets the needs of your business, and you might have to customize in some way. So I am encouraging you to don't handle inventory on your own. Reach out to have an expert or somebody who can definitely, advise you. This depending on your business, again, this can work, having certain flows in your business. Reviewing your inventory monthly is a very good thing. And again, it depends on the size of your inventory. So I know, and it depends on how fast you're using inventory. Like I do have clients in the food service area, and we have to do a monthly count. There are other clients in the whole construction world umbrella, and we are doing monthly counts as well. Again, if you don't have a lot of inventory, it might be finding that cost benefit sweet spot, the cost it is to take someone off duty out of the line of things, account inventory versus, all these things. So there are lots of different ways. Some persons to, depending on your business systems, you might not have to do a physical count. You might have everything in the system, and most retail stores, they have that, like, you know those shopping stores, they have it all managed on the system. So you might be on the storefront, and you need a piece of, let's say you need a shoes, and they can quickly go on the system to say it's here, it's not there, it's at this location. That's how they manage your inventory, right? Because based on everything, it's kind of hard to count all the sizes every day. So they rely on having a system that will manage that for them. And again, it depends on your business, the costs that are involved, and of course the risks that are involved. You do want to always look at the risk. That's always so important. So just to recap, as we wind down, inventory is a key area in which I see businesses will lose money. It might not seem like a biggie, but it does happen. And it does happen, and that is why it is so important in your business to be clear about how we are going to manage inventory. How are you going to keep a track of inventory? Because your inventory practices will impact your profitability, it will impact your cash flow. So that is why I just want you to think about, you know, what is the best way to have this done, not have this done, and implement in your business, impacting your business. So, signing off, I am Kersha Campbell. I do help everyday business owners just like you, helping you to have, reduce overwhelm and frustration about the state of your business finances, your business operations, your cash flow, helping you to have consistent cash flow, manage your cash flow, helping you to pay fewer taxes, helping you to have those systems and processes set up in your business which do position your business to be recession proof, right? So if you are not a business owner, are like, okay, I'm not even too sure what to do when it comes to inventory and that, reach out and let's have a conversation to see what's the best route for you. So, signing off, remember, the number one reason your business will fail is a lack of paying attention to your business numbers, lack of paying attention to your cash flow. Bye, guys.